7 reasons why relationships don't work. This is what I'm going to cover today in this video. Perhaps you're having a hard time seeing your ex in the arms of someone else, and you're thinking, now that they're dating that person, they're going to forget me. It's over, and they're even further apart than when we broke up. It is very important for you to understand that a rebound relationship will not work. This one, regardless of the person they're dating, will not work. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you 7 reasons why they don't work. Jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Before I introduce those reasons, it's important for you to understand whether it's a rebound relationship. Because your ex could be dating someone, it's not a rebound, and it could be a clear sign that actually they moved on, they have a sustainable and healthy relationship with that new person, and getting back with them will be extremely difficult, if not impossible. So, what is a rebound? It's when you start dating someone very quickly after the breakup, less than a few months after the breakup. The idea is when you have a relationship with someone, something strong, where you love that person, even if you decide to break up with that person, it's very hard to heal and to move on right away. It doesn't happen. If you had feeling for someone, you can't forget that person within a week, within 1 month, and argue to some extent within 3 months. I usually say 3 months because it's usually the time it takes for people to heal from a breakup, including a dumper. So don't think that because your ex decided to end the relationship, they will have an easier time to move on. Their experience of the breakup will be different, but they need time to reflect. They need time to understand what they want. And the reason they're dating someone so quickly is because they need to cope with this breakup. Their experience of the breakup is different than yours, but still, they're using it. They're sort of what I usually say, they swing from a relationship to another because they want to cope, right? And this is why it's so important, and this is why you really need to make a difference between whether it's a new relationship or a rebound relationship. Rebound relationships are based on different factors. First one is they need that rebound. It's not that they like to be with someone, they need that person. Love is patience, love is not self-seeking, right? But here, your ex is dating that person because he or she needs that emotional support. Now they're on their own. They like, having someone around. Some people, they hate to be single. Maybe they're, anxious attachment style and they hate to be alone, and so therefore they want to cling to another partner. Sometimes, it's the ego boost. You've been dating for years and they don't even know if they can date someone else. So the first time they see someone who tell them, they're good looking or they're nice or they're funny, they'll be attached to that person. It's also about distraction. As I said, it's painful even for the dumper to end a relationship. And so getting into that relationship will prevent them from really facing the consequence and the decision. So that's the first reason. The second one, they can't compete with you. You may not feel like this because a breakup pushes you down. You are rejected. And therefore you feel like I'm less of a better person than my ex. And if he or she is dating someone, that person is better than me. This is wrong. This is totally wrong. For the simple fact that it took years for your ex and you to meet. If you are watching this video and your relationship you've been with that person, it's the first relationship you had, and same for your ex, whatever I'm saying in this video doesn't apply. But if you've had different partners, if you know what is love, basically, if you can compare, if you can benchmark, as a matter of fact, that it's quite hard to find someone that you would connect with at a deeper level. And it takes years to build that intimacy. It took probably months or years to find that person. It took years for you to build that intimacy. It's impossible that they meet someone so quickly who would meet those criteria, who would be able to connect at that level, to have this intimacy. It's literally impossible. And regardless of that person, he or she could be dating a model or a prize Nobel. It doesn't matter. They can't compete with you at the same level. It's very unlikely that they find the right person so quickly. I'm not saying that they can't find someone with whom they could build something strong, almost as similar as what you had, but it would take them months. Okay, trial and error. They would date people, they feel like, oh, that's not my thing. They would date other people and they feel, oh, that's not my thing. Okay, and perhaps you're watching this video, you're already, on dating apps and dating people, and they don't feel like it. Okay, if you feel like it quickly, that's a sign that actually you're in denial, you're in fallacy, right? Third thing is the rush decision. A little bit what I explained before. They need to move on as quickly as possible. They don't want to face the consequences. They are rushed. There's this sort of urge to be in a new relationship because they don't feel like staying single. Because being single will remind them, painful things, the consequences of the breakup. The problem is, in relationship, and that's what I help my client with, you need to heal from the breakup. Even if and it includes if you want to get back with your ex. You need to have a time for yourself to understand about your attachment style, learn about communication, the different triggers, the way you approach your ex or any type of situation, the things that made you react in a certain way or fail to react in a certain way. And it takes a bit of time to reflect on that. If you skip this part, or if you date someone quickly and you don't see this part, you will reproduce the same mistake. And soon enough, this new relationship will fail and you will end up looking at this part again. So even if you're a client of mine and you're booking a call with me and you tell me like, I've had a horrible breakup and I want to move on, I want to forget my ex. We broke up a week ago, I want to move on, I want to forget. I would not advise you to date people to sort of heal. I would work with you at really understanding the different aspects of your personality, the different aspects of your psychology. Why it's so hard for you to deal with the breakup, what it meant, what this breakup, what this relationship meant to you, and what you want to achieve. What would be, and sort of together draw what would be the ideal partner, the ideal life. If there is an ideal partner, by the way. If you skip that part, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to reproduce the same mistakes, and you're going to fail. And that's why this rebound relationship will fail. Fourth one is the pendulum effect. Very often, they rush to someone completely different. They would say, you work too much, you were too skinny, and so they will go to someone athletic. You work too much, they will go with someone who, doesn't have a job or just live in a camper van. And they feel like, yeah, it's amazing. They go to extremes, right? And when you go to extreme, it's the best way to actually make the wrong decisions. Because soon enough, they're going to realize that those new qualities will offer some drawbacks, some trade-offs. If you are, you've been spending your time with a workaholic, okay, he couldn't really meet your needs in terms of quality time, but then you work with someone, you spend time with someone who is living in a camper van, who doesn't know what's next and what's going on in his life the next week. It's going to be fun for a while, but then you're going to realize that the first reason you fell in love with someone who was workaholic is that you can admire their work ethic, maybe the financial security. There's so many things about that. And so when you're dating someone who just doesn't really care about that, you're going to also realize, okay, actually, what I was thinking, the qualities or the shortcomings of my ex would become qualities, and the qualities of that new rebound will become shortcomings. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know in the comment section. They have fun. Which sounds like, yeah, if they have fun, it's a good sign. Yes and no. Love is about passion. It's also about, and it's also about compassionate love. The thing is, you guys probably broke up because of the lack of fun towards the end. the lack of excitement, this, I took her for granted, or I never invested in a relationship. And that's why when you move to a new relationship, you're seeking for fun. I want to have fun, I want to have sex, I want to travel, I want to do silly things, I want to go out, I want to enjoy life like there's no tomorrow, which is great, but it doesn't last. This phase doesn't last. Actually, you can look at different studies, 6 months tops. And when the honeymoon is fading away, they realize the true self of the person they're dating. They realize that, going out every Saturday, it's not really my thing. They realize that, having sex 24/7, it's okay, but it's not necessarily what I'm after. There's other components in a relationship. So fun is very important. It's actually something you need to nurture as a relationship. But if the foundation of your relationship is only about fun, unless you're 20, it doesn't work, right? And that's why this relationship will fail. 7, nobody likes to be a rebound. This one, I don't think a lot of people talk about this one. Very often, there's a moment when your ex, if you had something special and you do the right things, your ex will connect with you. Okay? As soon as it happens, that will create tension in this new relationship. Very often, if you start dating someone after you broke up with your partner, you will not necessarily be very upfront with your new partner saying, I just broke up with my partner 3 weeks ago. We dated for 20 years and I'm not ready to commit. You never say that. And so there's always a clash of expectation. I'm obviously I exaggerate and using an extreme case, but very often there's a discrepancy of expectation between what your ex is expecting, consciously or unconsciously. Again, they are trying to distract themselves. They think that they found the right person, but in a way, unconsciously, they're just trying to shift their attention from their partner, that new person, who perhaps wants to build something, who have been single for months and met your ex, having other projects in mind. Whenever they feel that actually your ex is using them to cope with the breakup, to win the breakup, this relationship is dead. And very often I see that people get dumped and they come back even stronger to their ex, to my clients, because they've tested, they realized that they hurt, the other partner, the other rebound gets hurt and they get dumped. Very important what I'm going to say next in the next slide. It's also about what you should be doing next. And so it's very tricky because every situation is different, every situation is unique. I know that when you see your ex dating someone, it's triggering a lack of confidence. It's normal. It's, you're losing the person you love the most and you're seeing that person dating someone else. You feel like, things are drifting apart. I've done something, a free guide you can you can access using a link in the description. It's a series of small clips that can help you and guide you to find some answers about how to act, what to do, the things to say. If your ex is in a rebound relationship, it's the first time I'm trying this new feature. Let me know in the comment section how it works, if you like it, if you don't like it, if you want more of that. And also, don't forget to click on the like button. It does help me a lot, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer.